besides, we also still have like fast-paced living style, which means that we still, in the middle of the issues of waste, among other things like the fast fashion or the clothes, and the thrift clothes, and also the plastic waste, and meanwhile also that like our natural resources, it's not only in the land but also on the ocean, in the ocean, like the pollution is continuously happening, and we think that in international organization they they don't really enough to tackle on this situation because the issues are still getting worse. I mean, like it's not really getting better and better. So yeah, we need to try to share our own thoughts and opinion about what we can do. Do is about reducing the use of plastics, like uh, the small habits, but giving the huge impact. Like always carrying our own tumbler, and don't always buy the mineral water, and also like bringing our own meal box for our lunch at the office, for example, or at school. Yeah, those are just two little or small things that actually giving a big impact for environment. Even though maybe generally people they will think that they underestimate about that lifestyle or that habit. But if we think that if it uh, if that kind of habit is implemented by not only one or a few people, but if it become the common habit for people nowadays, surely step by step or you know small by small thing, it's getting bigger to give the huge impact to reducing the use of plastics and the contribution of plastic waste in our environment. Moreover, in Indonesia, for example, as one of the biggest archipelago countries, which has so many islands and oceans, but this kind of issues about the good management of waste is still very bad, and the government itself still haven't put it in the priority list to take over and handle it very well. Yeah, maybe that I just can share to you all about the background or the brief introduction about our topic today. Maybe if you still have some questions related to this topic, please feel free to ask. And I want also Nana to share your own opinion as well. Yeah, so let's just start it. And I want maybe who want to take the first turn? You may raise your hand, please. Miss Lynn, do you wanna?
I do have some ideas in my mind about uh, taking care of our environment and live a very sustainable life. Um, and you may know that Vietnam is a developing country, Actually, our priority right now is to develop the economy and the industry. So the majority of the Vietnamese people, we don't care much about the environment. We put our standards, how to say, we care about our income first. That always goes before everything else. But the younger people nowadays, they uh, they do have many programs or campaigns to save the environment. For example, in Hanoi, we often have a campaign like cleaning the area where they live. That attracts many famous people. Like recently, a singer called Ami. He was very successful in calling people to clean the nearby river, and young people, especially her fans, was inspired and they supported the campaign, and it was successful. And it was how to say, I forgot the word. Uh, it was famous on social media. I forgot that word. Um, yeah, but for myself, I don't do much to save the environment. But I think even the small things like planting some trees in my room can help. I have three pots. One is pepper tree, the other two is how to say in English? In Vietnamese it is lưỡi hổ. They are very nice. So I like green plants. So I have three pots outside the door, so I can see them whenever I open the door. I also think if we save energy and save material like water, that also can help to save our environment. For example, when we brush our teeth, we switch off the tap. That also helps. But my husband, he didn't. He just keep the water running. But I never tell him about that. Because I think people are like that, right? How do you think about that? Many people, they don't take it seriously. Uh, Many people think we use electronic vehicles can also help to save the solve the problem, right? But it doesn't help much, I think, because the electronic vehicle they often use lithium battery. I believe I pronounced it correct. That one is very dangerous. It can cause fire.
Yeah, right.
Lithium, I think. Wait, um, yeah, yeah. It doesn't. They don't use fossil fuel like gasoline, but yeah, they are dangerous. So in my building, electronic vehicles are banned parking there. They are very dangerous.
All right. That's so insightful, Miss Lin. Thanks a lot for sharing. Yeah.
Thank you, husband.
Uh, it's about the renewable energy that is actually quite harmful and still have a potential of dangers to the environment as well. That yeah, it should be uh, you know conducted, researched for more and more about the impact in the long term, the long duration and the long period, I guess, in the future. We need to also listen from others' opinion here. So, but before that, we still have two more newcomers here, Miss Olga and Mr. Habibi, yeah, I guess. But yeah, let's just continue to listen directly from Arya, I guess. Are you there, Arya? Are you with us? Hello, Arya. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, and
Yeah. So tell us more about your thoughts toward this topic. What do you think
what is for you? What is the topic?
about how do we can do what can we do for living sustainability and also caring the environment?
Looking sustainability.
Yeah, it means that we should think in the long term impact in the future about our small action. For example, like the small things like we always have a good habit in turning on and switch off the electricity devices. Hello, Arya.
Yeah, I was thinking living sustainability is about living something else. So it's about taking care of environment. I feel like okay. And so I think it's really simple thing, but it's hard to do. Like throw garbage in its place. Some people, especially I don't know, maybe in Jakarta, they are stuck hard to throw the garbage in the its place. Yeah, and you know, it's hard to find like green area in Jakarta. So maybe the government must have some program to there is regulation with this plan
Hmm.
and how to solve
So what do you think
this
about the program?
garbage. And how to solve this? What?
Okay. Is that all? What about you yourself? What the small things you can do to have a good sustainable living style, lifestyle?
Whenever anything,
Do you have any good habits? Do you have any good habits to care the environment surrounding in your place, for example?
oh, actually, I never think about the environment, especially for itself. But I do really think the way that we do is the effect for us. So like I usually throw the garbage in its place, like even the small garbage about like candy, the garbage of candy. It's really small, but I always set it if there is no garbage place, and until I found one, then I throw it on its place.
All right. Yeah, that's small thing, but it really matters, of course, for sure. Because in developing countries or small countries like Indonesia,
Right.
the children or the young generation nowadays, they are still lacking maybe awareness to have a good commitment in it's like keep it clean for our environment from the small garbage or rubbish. So that's a little thing, but it really matters a lot, of course. Thanks a lot for sharing. Next, I guess, Miss Aki Reyes. Now it's your turn. What do you think about maybe your country's program?
Uh, I think our government is had list priority when it comes to taking care of our environment, because they always made a just a remedy, not totally a permanent solution. For example, when it comes to flood, because today is rainy season, so you can see flood everywhere. um, because I think the government is doesn't have concrete plan for to avoid the clog in drainage, because Filipino mostly Filipinos are undisciplined and not kind of responsible. Like in just small things like like candy wrapper, they throw it everywhere, and mga plastic and plastic bottles, paper, they just throw it everywhere. So when it's rainy season, it clogged the drainage, and that's the flood started. And another one is there are lots of quarry here in our country. Usually they what do you call this? They um what do you call this? Um they grab uh mm, gravel, sand, usually at the mountain. So some of the mountains here doesn't have trees. So that is also our one of our main problems here. So if you if you come here, it's kind of usual to see kind of mountain that has crack at the top. Yeah. Here in our area, whenever I went to the market, I always look at the top of the mountain, and even the distance was a bit far. You will see the dump truck that's roaming around the area to get some gravel and sand. And I think they brought it in construction companies. And also that dump truck, it's kind of heavy. So the road is, um, when it passed through the road, what do you call this? It has, it made a lot of damage. So when it's raining, it's kinda, what do you call this? It's kinda sticky road, I think, and bumpy. So maybe some of the tourists that who came here in our area, they they're a bit surprised that we have this kind of road. Yeah. So yeah, but people here kinda used to live like this every day. So I think the government should focus more into taking care of environment, because you know it's climate change, so everyone is affected by climate change. So I think we need to have a concrete plan for our future generation. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot for sharing, Aki.
Yes.
It was insightful
Okay.
for us, knowing that your country is also still have certain complex problems related to the environmental issues. So that's why I guess
Yes.
that this kind of topic is relatable for all countries. Even like maybe some of us are from the same developing countries, but for sure, government has their own priority and their own certain rules or regulation caring of the environment itself. Let's listen from the others as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Before we go to the others two newcomers, let's listen from Nana. What about in Malaysia? As
Sama,
Indonesian neighbor.
you can go with me last. You can go to other participants first. I'll be the last one.
Oh, okay then. Maybe you can sum up at the end of the session. Maybe we should go to Olga. And please try
Okay.
introduce yourself briefly at first, Olga. Thank you.
Hmm?
Maybe you can also introduce yourself briefly, then you continue with
Okay.
sharing your opinions toward this topic.
Okay, good evening to everyone. My name is Olga. I'm from Russia, and I am a teacher by profession, but now I work in another company. Actually, it's bank, but it's not only a bank. It's also a big company with many partners, and it has it is one of the biggest company in our country, actually. And I want to tell you about this company because we really care about environment and how we do this. First of all, we try to not to use many paper in our work. We use documents in electronic documents and
Okay.
electronic archives and so on. Another our part of work, we plant trees, and also we have some funds to help environment. And also our company makes some events, some another things to to help our country um, to be more caring about our uh, forests and so on. I'm so sorry. I was late today, and as you know, we have problems in our country now. And today it was tonight. It was some attacks on my city, so that's why I had a problem with internet.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's okay. Never mind, Olga. You're not so late actually. It's never mind. But yeah, that's quite awesome knowing that companies in Russia for sure, as one of the developed countries, yeah, they must be uh, have very good and yeah for the conserve and preserve the environment as well. Even like
Yes.
having a good funding for supporting the programs and so on. Yeah, that's quite good. I mean, like, it should be being a role model for other countries, especially for the developing countries and small countries. Let's continue to
And
listen. Yeah.
And I want to say that we have special instructions and laws that make factories and companies to make their work and their processes more environmental, caring, and so sustainable.
Oh yeah, that's good program as well for sure.
Yeah, and
Because
also we have recycling factories also.
okay,
Uh, yeah, it's not so many as we wanted, but we have. And our company, what we do with useless, for example, plastic cards, it's like credit cards and so on.
oh, uh,
We send it to recycle, to recycling.
okay, right. Recycling the plastic. Yeah, that's good, of course. And
Yeah.
reducing the use of plastic ingredients or components in many sectors for sure. As you said that the habit of paperless is also giving a huge impact at the end. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Russia is very nice. I believe that Russia is quite good. Yeah, it's for caring the environment.
Yeah, it
Thanks
it
for all
uh,
that.
it becomes every day more clean, and I really like it.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please,
Now
can
let's try to listen from Habib Hasbi. Are you Indonesian as well?
can I ask
Hello, Habib Hasbi.
a question?
Pardon, Lin?
Uh, Excuse me, can I ask Mrs. Olga a question?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
a question. Okay.
Yeah. Hello, Olga. My name is Ling. I'm from Vietnam, and I read an article reading that in Russia it is
Yeah.
forbidden to use pesticides on the agriculture product, and it will be very heavily how to say fine by the law. Is that correct?
No, pardon. What we don't use?
Pesticide, pesticide. Right, type down.
Yeah, yeah.
Type it
That
because
is
I don't hear it well.
and
We can't use pesticides. Yeah, we can use it, but only if it is okay for environment. Some pesticides, but not everything.
yeah, I I know that pesticide is very essential for agriculture. From the early age of the plant, we need to use pesticide to protect the plant in order to have a bigger crop. But I was surprised when I know that in Russia, it is written on the article. I didn't know about the the president, Mr. President Putin. He said, recently I took the IELTS test and I got 6 so low. But the last time it was 6.5. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was too anxious. But I remember that day I was so calm. I was so calm. The only difference was that I took the IELTS test on another site. I did a test with another teacher. I don't know what happened. Why I only get band 6?
You can try another again. Okay.
Yeah, I
Good
next
luck, huh? Good luck.
next time I will only
Yeah.
do one skill at a time. Maybe speaking only or listening only. Yeah, because my strength is
Okay.
speaking and
Sorry, your voice is not clear a lot. It's not clear enough, I mean. Habib Hasbi, maybe you can plug out your earphone first. Is everyone listen him very well? Oh my God, is he getting trouble in his connection? That's okay because we
I
only
think
have about 10 minutes left. Let's just go to Nana's turn.
Okay, I hope you can hear my voice clearly. I'm sorry earlier. I also have like connection problem. I don't know what happened.
Never mind.
Okay, thank you so much. So I guess I'm going to talk about my perceptions on this topic. So I think this issue is. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so this issue I think is has become more and more important. I guess because a lot of people have been mentioning it, and it's something that we all hear about. But sometimes it feels like a bit overwhelming, like you have to make huge changes in your lifestyle and so on. But honestly, sustainable living doesn't have to be that complicated. I think it's really about the small and consistent thing that we do every day to help reduce some kind of
Yeah,
waste or save energy and protect the environment. And the best
here,
part is
here.
most of these things are really easy to start with. So if I must share a few tips, I think perhaps I'll give some. These are kind of simple but maybe effective. I think all countries actually do it, not just Malaysia. But yeah, it happens when the environmental issue become more visible. So I think the first one is in our supermarket in Malaysia we have some kind of rules, not rules, but new guides, which is we need to bring our own shopping bag and so on. So that helps in reducing plastic. Whether you're buying groceries at the supermarket or getting some snacks or anything from the convenience store or something, bringing our own bag helps us to cut down on plastic waste. And in Malaysia, especially, I'm telling you, I think a lot of other countries are actually do this. So plastic bags are no longer given free for people in many places. So this also saves you money from buying the plastic bag, I guess. And from my perspective as well, perhaps we can also use a reusable water bottle. And yeah, in
Mm,
Malaysia, it's kind of hot most of the time here, so staying kind of hydrated is important. So instead of buying new mineral water every day, bottled drinks every day, we may need to get
yeah,
ourselves a good reusable bottle. It's better for the
yeah,
environment and
right.
reduce plastic waste, especially since plastic bottles are one of the most common items found in rivers and so that's something like that. So yeah, and other things perhaps less and less thing I guess turn off what you're not using. For example, it sounds basic actually, but switching off fans, lights, and devices when you're not actually using it can actually make difference. It saves energy. It can reduce your electricity bills, and especially important in a country where electricity is like still partly generated from some kind of fuels. And perhaps other tips would be support eco-friendly local brands, I guess. Maybe like look for products with minimal packaging or made from recycled materials. Also, if possible, maybe we can join cleanup or tree planting activities. I'm not actually really familiar with this kind of volunteering, but I guess that will help actually to maybe help a lot of people to be aware of this kind of situations. So as we all know, like the environment affects all of this, so it makes sense that all of this should play a part in protecting it. And uh, each country is each country is so beautiful with amazing biodiversity from rainforests to coral reefs, and we have the responsibility to keep it that way. So yeah, it's not about being perfect. Actually, it's about doing what we can, and let's
Right.
keep it going and help each other live more sustainably. I guess that's all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome sharing, Nana. Thanks a lot for reminding it. And some of them are also already happening in Indonesia as well, like the new regulation from the government or from the private companies or grocery stores that they are not selling anymore or providing anymore about the shopping plastic bags, and we should bring our own reusable shopping bag from the fabric one. Let's move on to Muhammad Fauzi. You are the one that still has connection.
I have problem with to hear my voice clearly.
Not really, actually, but maybe you can try unplug your earphone first. Don't use your earphone. Or maybe you can try turn off your camera, your video camera. Yeah, I think that will be better for the connection signal strength.
Okay, thank you, sir. This topic living sustainable and caring for the environment. I think is good topic because caring for the environment so important our life. But many people don't care about for the environment. So I think step first step our for caring for the environment. Resource management role, we must efficient so that it does not run out quickly. And then renewable energy reduction dependence on fossil fuels. And the last, I think, education and awareness. The importance of knowledge about environment issues. Because many people, I see my culture, mm, they like to leader every day and everywhere. So that, but we must give them education and awareness. Yeah, that's
Okay, is that all, Fauzi?
yes, all of me.
Which part of Indonesia you live in? Which province? What
I'm
province?
like uh, Sumatra Island,
Specifically,
specific in province Riau.
Riau.
Yes,
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing. Are you still colleger or
okay.
are you an employee or worker?
I am considered
I'm a student
I am a student.
or collegiate. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Okay,
Well, maybe for the last time, maybe is there someone who want to add some underline or to sum up our discussion today in this session?
I have a problem.
Yeah, Lynn,
Yes.
please.
I don't know if it only me or everyone feel like because there is a big difference in accent. So when I listening to people talking, many
Okay.
times I feel myself trail behind. I don't know what people are saying. Not to mention about the network connection, the something. I'm talking about the accent. I have to say,
Uh, you think it's already happening for certain people from Indonesia, or mostly from Indonesia or uh, some other region, some other country? Lynn?
This is the second time I joined the speaking session, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that is because I am not used to acting for people.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean
That's
people.
okay. Never mind,
Yeah,
Lynn.
yeah, speaking speed is fine, but
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that
that's
made me
okay.
feel difficult to follow people and to think about what they are saying or maybe give some opinion about that. So, yeah,
Okay.
so that kept me silent. I don't
Yeah.
know what to say.
Okay, that's all
Sorry,
right.
may
Yeah.
I add, we are here to not to only study English, but of course we learn to understand all accents. So it's okay.
Yeah, that's indeed. That's correct, Olga. Never mind, yeah. We are all struggling with it, Lynn, actually. That's why we are from so many dialects and different accents from many countries. Yeah, we,
Yes,
we try to understand it very well, but that's okay if we don't get clearly about all the points. It is because we are from so many backgrounds of ages, education, and also regions even more. Like I and other Indonesian here, maybe also we don't really get the points each other because we are having different, education background level or even our own experience in practicing English. So yeah, that's very okay and normal.
I
Okay.
hope. Yeah, I hope that, for example, next time I join another meeting and then someone can help me to correct my pronunciation or
Okay.
my grammar mistakes. Maybe we can find a way to help people with that.
Yeah. Hopefully that. I mean, like, generally, your English is quite good already, Lynn. About the grammatical, about the pronunciation is quite well understood and understandable for all of us here. Probably, I guess, yeah, because we all are English learners and there is no such pure native English speakers here. We are all as the country which have the English as a second language. So that, yeah, we gather here and we learn about not only practicing English itself, but also we try to be better in mastering understanding in such this communication through this English language itself. Maybe Nana, you can I mean, like, you can give for the closing statements.
Okay,
For
before we start with the closing, I would like to maybe ask for the some kind of feedback for the session. Is it okay if I take over for now, Mr. Ahmed?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Go
thank you so
ahead.
much.
That would
Okay,
be
so
very helpful.
okay, thank you so much. So, first of all, let me apologize deeply because of the connection problem. I'm quite frustrated because of it. I keep on leaving and entering at the same time. So, yeah, I'm sorry for that. So, for this session, I would like to ask each of you maybe a little feedback. I mean, what you think about the topic, or suggestions for improvement, and so on. So, let's start with Aki. Okay, anything you want to say about this session, please?
Like the topic for tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What can I say for
You can say
the
anything about
topic
your
for
feel.
tonight?
Yeah, anything about anything you feel or any suggestion for improvements or something. Anything.
Yeah. This is my sixth time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't feel nervous anymore.
I see.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's actually pretty good because because I,
Okay, cause
okay, go ahead.
yeah, cause yeah, cause yeah. Because if I say that I'm nervous, you'll say, really? It's your sixth time, still you still feel. Yeah, so I'm just yeah. Um, Maybe I think we should add more participants because I usually saw that it has a 2 4 6 participants. Maybe we can make it 10, 10 or more. Yes.
Okay, let me clarify this one thing for
Is it?
this
Yeah.
session. Okay, anything else you want to say?
Mm-mm. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
my suggestion.
okay, so about the
Okay.
participants, actually we have like 8 to 9 participants at one time, but sometimes the participants that we invite they cannot join at the last minutes or something, so it happened to be yeah just 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
For example, tonight it was supposed to be 8 of us, but one of them have a problem with Google Meet, so she couldn't join. And if we want to add until 10, it's actually not really possible because this is like a speaking practice. So um, I think the approximate of number of 8 will be enough for each of the participants to speak. They will have enough time to speak. So yeah, this is for us to practice. So yeah, that's it. But thank you so
Mm.
much for this.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, wait.
Okay, go ahead.
When it comes to, the time limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can make a timer. Like when I attended Mr. Tia,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he made a timer, 10 minutes timer. So each
Oh yeah.
participant can speak for only 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
actually,
all.
that depends on the
Yeah.
leader. Each leader they have their own some kinds of method to host the conference call conversation. So yeah, it depends. I already set the guidelines, but sometimes leaders they could follow what they want and so on. So it happened to be that way. I'm really sorry for that.
Okay.
Okay, but it's a good idea. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes.
Thank you for the discussion. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Thanks
now
a lot,
let's move
Akira. Yeah.
on to Arya. Anything you would like to say, Arya?
No, I think first of all, I want to apologize because I'm suddenly out of this conference call.
That's
But
okay.
actually, maybe for Miss Lynn, if you don't get any action of you can actively very feature text on this Google Meet. So maybe you can read the text and then you
Yeah.
will get all of that we are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. Maybe.
actually, yeah, I'm not. I also didn't get what people saying because there is some voice broken, maybe about the earphone or maybe the voice is mumble. I also didn't get at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's okay, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I also switch on the subtitle to help me because it's kind of difficult due to some connection problems and difficulties on other things. So yeah, that's a good suggestion, Arya. Thank you so much. And yeah, for the connection problem, I think most of us here have the connection problem. I don't know why today is very difficult for the connection, but never mind. Thank you so much, Arya. And next one, we'll move on to Lynn. Anything you'd like to say, Lynn?
I'm always happy during this kind of speaking session. I love people here. I get inspired from you guys because you guys are very good learners. Yeah. And you guys are very patient and very helpful. And when I join this group, I have chance to speak out and a chance to practice my English. That in my real life, I don't speak English to anyone except my husband. So I'm very happy joining this group, and I want to join more in the future. And yeah, I agree with Aki. We should more have more participants each time, and but sadly maybe they have different schedule, so they cannot join us. Yeah, that's a big pity. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm also very sorry for our two participants that their connection are not very good, so that makes us difficult to understand their opinion.
Is that all?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, thank you guys for listening to me.
Okay, thank you so much, Lynn, and thank you for joining. Actually, it's the second time you joined, right? And I'm really glad that it helps you a lot in improving yourself to speak and so on. And I hope I can see you more in the future. And also, yeah, thank you so much. Next, we'll move on to Habib. Hello, Habib.
Okay,
Okay, Habib.
I think
Mhm.
mm, this topic very good for me because we learn our life, and if we don't care for environment, we get impact in the future. Yeah, just that.
Thank you so much, Habib. Yeah, the topic was specifically chosen by our leader today. That's good. Okay, last but not least, Mr. Ahmed, anything else you'd like to add? Mr. Ahmed, any?
Yeah, Nana. Thanks a lot for the chance again. I just would like to say thank you so much for all the participants in this session. You guys are awesome and you did your best sharing your thoughts and opinions toward this topic about environment. Maybe one thing that I just want to remind you all that we should always remember that the environmental components like tone, sand, water, plants or crops, the woods, the forests, and so on, and many more about the environmental components, they are actually giving the positive vibration towards our behavior to them. So just try to have a good commitment to care the environment. So the environment itself will try to give the balance and good vibration for our sustainable life. That's all that I can conclude and to sum up for our discussion today.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. That was very good. Okay,
I
and
give back to close the session.
okay, so I would also like to say thank you so much for everyone who joined here. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your opinions, your suggestions, and so on. I really appreciate all of you joining here, and yeah, keep on improving, and yeah, we'll be the best of ourselves. And before we end this